Hello, everybody. Welcome here to a production of the Hot Dirt Show for North Bank Public Access Television, a little program that we are going to be calling The Way It Is with Mr. Pastor Carpit, the man to my right. Now, Pastor Carpit is a longtime caller of the Hot Dirt Show, formerly on 93.3 The Egg, North Bank's only FM radio station. If you're listening there this evening, I can't wave to them, but we can say hello to them, certainly. So please give the radio listeners a hello, if you don't mind, Pastor.
Hey guys, great to be here. Zach, thank you for having me on the Hot Dirt video production. This is big news. I like to be here visually represented with you.
Most certainly. I want to thank North Bank Public Access Television for allowing us to do this here this evening. Now, Pastor doesn't get to come into studio too often, so when he's in town or in the neck of the woods of the studio, if you will, I figured it'd be nice to give him something a little more visual to get involved with. He's every week he does church in front of so many people, and I think part of your appeal is the look, the action of what you do, you know?
Well, I appreciate you saying that, Zach, because I curate my look just like I curate my connection to God.
That's right.
Yeah.
It's funny you say that. You say that at your sermon too. I curate my look to my connection to God as well, you know? And I find you dress... If Jesus was alive in 2025, I like to think this is kind of what he might look like. Am I wrong in putting that on you?
Well, you know what?
Is he your fashion inspiration? Is what I'm asking.
Well, all I'm trying to do is be a good representation. And I will tell you this, Mrs. Carpit does use Jesus as an inspiration, and Pinterest, of course. Those two things together have put this outfit here in front of you today.
The Pinterest boards that she has, I'm sure, are something that you draw inspiration from as well. If you're willing to send out those links, or if she's willing to send out the links after the show, that'd be stellar.
She's more than generous with the links. And if you're ready to be saved, I mean, visually speaking, I will send them to you.
You will fix outfits.
That's right.
Free of charge or no?
Well, we'll get into that.
I think later in the show there'll be some fun things you can introduce to people behind a paywall, a small, we'll call it a donation wall.
Donation base.
Yes,
that's
it's
right.
It's a donation based system. So again, thank you for coming to the show tonight. This means a lot to us. We're just getting off the ground here at NBTV. We did a Bush versus Tain debate some months ago. We'll have to follow up on the mayoral race here in North Bank in just a bit. I believe they're doing elections next month. They wanted things to cool down in the country a little bit before they elected mayors.
That one's heating up too, ain't it?
Have you
Bush and Tain?
Are you looking a certain direction?
Well,
if you're willing to share, I know politics are one thing.
You know, for you listen to the debate, right?
Of course.
Me and Bush go way back, you know, and we're good buddies, and we've already formed a really good relationship. But after listening to the debate, I mean, Tain is he's got that charisma. I love his charisma.
There's something about him.
And it just seems like he could really get the job done. I'm just interested in what job he's looking to get done. And I think maybe at some point, if I could have a one-on-one conversation with him and really get to know what he's trying to do, if he's trying to do some good in this town, maybe I'd vote for him.
No, I have heard some rumors, a little bit scuttlebutt, if you will, in town about Mr. George Bush joining the new men's choir at St. iGod. Something I wanted to ask you about, which goes by the name of, we don't have censors, so I'll have to censor myself here tonight, people. Jesus effing Christ, dude. Amen.
That's right. And that was his idea. That guy is a loose cannon. He's a popcorn kernel ready to pop at any moment, I tell you. That's right. And he sings like an angel. You wouldn't guess it because he's so mild-mannered with his general disposition. But when he opens up those windpipes, boy, it's glory raining down.
And he can hit every tone.
Every tone.
Most certainly.
You'd be surprised.
Now, before we get going here, I'm not going to stick around for the whole show. This is Pastor's show, not the Hot Dirt Show, though it is a production of the Hot Dirt Show, of course, live at hotdirt.net as well. And like I said, 93.3 The Egg, North Bank's only FM radio station. That's the last plug I have to get in for the station tonight. We're to keep cruising, okay?
Love that.
So, what's been going on in St. iGod the last year or two? It's been a while since we've talked to you on the program.
There's been a lot of developments. I think the last time that we talked to each other Well, we talked about, I think it was during COVID. Is that right?
It is during COVID. It was our first show on the AM station in North Bank.
That's right. And we were talking about how we were gathering as many people as we could in the church.
Correct.
To overcome COVID. The more people we got together, the more we were overcoming COVID, I believe.
Was there fallout from that?
There was falling into God, falling into Christ. Okay. And I swear to you, there was no more electric energy than I've ever. There's a more sneezing and coughing than usual, but also more salvation than usual. So, I mean, what do you think about that, Zach? Do you think it's a worthy trade-off? More salvation for a little bit of more viral contraction?
It's something that money can't buy.
Save your everlasting soul at the cost of your flesh. I mean, that's what Jesus did.
Before the show, we were talking about student loans, and this conversation makes me think. If I could give up a part of myself, if I could go ill for 5 months on end, on death's door, knocking on it, singing every song, Bob Dylan, whatever, knocking on heaven's door, me. And you could sing too.
That's right.
George. Would I do that to trade, just pay off my student loans? I would, most definitely. So would I make that trade for eternal salvation? I would say.
Sounds like a yes.
Most definitely.
Sounds like a yes to me.
Now, it does beg me to ask though. So there were about 15 deaths around that time, give or take, that had come out of the church.
Yeah.
Do you find, was there any relation?
It's hard to find causation. You could correlate all day, but it ain't really up to me to find those types of answers. And I think one thing that really comforts me is when it's our time, it's our time. And now I'm getting a message from God that says all those people that are up there in heaven right now, they're in a better place. And boy, are they more forgiven than ever. So does that answer your question, Zach?
Most certainly does answer my question, I would say.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. That's right.
One more thing before we get on with the show here for the evening. There was an article that had come out over summer.
Okay.
About Saint iGod was moving to not necessarily segregate certain types of people or groups of people, but they were allowing a new group of people through Saint iGod Premium on the app.
That's right.
Now, when I say new groups of people, a wealthier clientele, if you will. Now, can you explain what is going on differently between normal church and what you like to refer to as the paid tier?
Yeah, I mean, you can... First and foremost, it's an interesting thing to mention that all the deaths, the 15 deaths, were premium members. And that's not to scare off people from becoming premium members. I'm going to tell you why. Because when you become a premium member, your soul gets uploaded into the iCloud after you die. So fortunately, they were premium members that all passed. So that's one thing that you get as a benefit when you become a premium member is your soul gets uploaded into the iCloud.
Now, did you have them join that premium membership? How close to their... this is just pure curiosity.
Sure.
How close to the end of their life did you get them to sign up? And what is the fee?
Well, it's not that I got them to sign up. It's more or less that I passed out some paperwork to people that were at risk of potentially suffering from falling to the virus. And I think it was my duty and my job, knowing that maybe their soul might leave soon, to make sure that they were paying for the premium membership so that their soul could go to a better place. Yeah.
Now, there are also some accusations going along with that article that you were specifically working your ways to get people out of the church, these 15 people that had perished.
That's right.
To make more room in the church. Is there any truth to that?
Well, I could never be the one to be the taker of life. That just ain't me. I ain't got that kind of powers. If I had that kind of power, could you imagine me with that power.
I struggle to.
And everybody should, because the Almighty God is the one. He's the only one who's going to sign that contract when your time is up. He's the one who already set that alarm for you to, when you're done cooking in the oven, he's taking you there. You know what I mean?
Most definitely.
Yeah, so I mean, all the accusations, and I did get a lot of accusations about, oh, Pastor Carpit, did you plan for this to happen? And all I can say is, it ain't never my plan. It's always God's plan. So, does that answer your question?
I think that answers the question.
Okay.
I felt a little uneasy about it, I will be honest.
It's important you ask, because I'm sure not only you feel uneasy. If you feel uneasy in your pure heart, and I know you, Zach, I'm sure many other people are thinking the same thing. So I just appreciate you giving the opportunity.
And one final question here before I let you carry on with the show. We've got a packed show tonight. Phones will be open for you, 716-218-3458 if you're looking to get involved in The Way It Is with Mr. Pastor Carpit here. I heard you're the captain of the iGod shuffleboard team. Now, there's controversy in that league, of course, and that seems to be that controversy has been following along with the church lately. Do you notice that? The
controversy in the shuffleboard
just
team?
In general, there seems to be a heightened awareness around the church, and not in a positive way.
Well, we're a competitive team, yeah, and me as the captain, certainly, and it's all in good fun, the spirit of competition, of course, right? But I tend to see more results in our victory the more aggressive I get. And I mean no harm. I'm just playing a game. But not everybody knows that. And I think it's really important here on this platform to say, if I've said any curse word at any high volume at you while we've been playing shuffleboard, please, I do ask for you to ask God to forgive me. Yeah.
Now, somebody from the Egg team had gotten a bit of audio. We don't have it tonight, unfortunately, of one of the shuffleboard matches where you were threatening team members that God wouldn't love them anymore if they didn't help the team. Is there any validity to that?
Well, God is a merciful God. Let me just say that straight off the bat. Let me just get that right in the undertone of what I'm about to say.
He wouldn't be God if he was not merciful.
That's right. I mean, the fact that we're alive is just a grace and mercy personified. But then you go around and then you start doing wacky tack things on the shuffleboard court that make it seem like you don't even care that God gave you life. You're just gonna go and shuffle all the way off the court. You gotta focus, and that's what I'm really trying to get people to do, is dial in their focus. And here's the direct translation, and you'll understand this, Zach. You're a guy. You play golf, right?
I play golf.
Okay, so when you get focused out there, it directly translates into your focus in prayer, and so. Focus out there to focus in prayer. And if I'm not telling these people who are out there farting around on the court that they got to get their act together, in so many words, who's going to do it? I do believe that it is a bit of my responsibility to give them some tough love.
And you think this is something God would approve of?
Well,
your practices have come off as aggressive is the term that's been used.
That's right. And it's been in 2025, and this is the first time I'm really revealing this to anybody, but my mantra and my intention, and I write it in my journal every day, be aggressive for God. And
it's not your normal ways of preaching. I grew up in the church, the Lutheran church, which is very run-of-the-mill, buy the book, read the Bible, sing the hymns, our God is an awesome God type of deal. So when we hear something like this, we don't laugh to make fun.
No, not at all.
It's new.
It's new, and it has to be new. It has to be fresh, because did it work for you? How juiced up are you to go to church every Sunday? Have you been going to church every Sunday?
I can't say I've been every Sunday.
Okay, but when you do go, would you go to Saint iGod or would you go to Saint Matthew's?
I would certainly go to Saint iGod.
And why is that?
It's a different way
It's
of living.
got a little bit of swagger.
It's got some juice behind it.
It ain't doing it like they used to.
You know, you don't leave church sleepy. I've been to Saint iGod. It's not that I haven't been.
I know. I've seen
It's hard to miss. It's hard to miss. But
Yeah.
you leave there and you're rejuvenated. You're excited. Sometimes you feel a little scared.
It almost feels like you had 3 cups of coffee after you leave. That feeling where you're past energized, you're a little anxious and uncomfortable, and you think that something's got to happen, but you're not sure what it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
We got an issue with one of the mics. There you go.
Thank you, sir. Producer Kyle running the show behind the program here.
beautiful. Well, that was some voodoo magic.
That was
Are we back ready to go on that mic?
holy moly.
Good to go.
All right.
All right.
Beautiful. Well, Pastor, I don't want to hold up your time too much.
Never a problem for me.
Do you think 2024 was a good year for you, despite all of the shortcomings that might have been in the news?
It was a big building year.
Because I brought you here, you wanted to do a show, and I was a little nervous about it because controversial topic in North Bank, St. iGod.
Yeah, we certainly haven't been the belle of the ball, so to speak, but I'm okay with that because everybody who's ever made waves in this world has done things a little bit differently and garnered some attention that maybe wasn't positive. Does Jesus Christ ring a bell? I mean, the gosh darn guy got crucified. You know what I mean?
He gave it all.
He gave it all, and it would be a gigantic honor if I was even 1/10 crucified the way that he was. So I'm working towards it every day to be aggressive for God, and I think that's what we need in these times. So I'm glad for the platform, and I think if you show up, because your original question, how was 2024? It was a building year. We set some foundations. I set some foundations inside of me. I was stale. My preaching had gone stale. It was like, old cabbage in the fridge. Stunk. I'll be honest with you.
It's stinky.
Stunk. It gets emotional for me, honestly. So I had to build myself over again. In 2025, what I came out with, as I've said, get angry. Angry for God. And it's really been highly responsive. So I'm looking forward to this year, and I'm glad to be here, and I'm hopeful to see you in church on Sunday.
Thank you, sir. Pastor, have a great show. We're going to go to a break in a little bit. We're going to get the phone lines open for you tonight, 716-218-3458. If you're looking to get involved in the way it is, the phone lines will be open just after this quick break. Again, thank you, Pastor Carpit, for coming on the show tonight.
My pleasure, Zach. Thank you.
I'll see you this Sunday, I hope.
I'll be there.
I'll be here tonight, so if I need to pop in a little bit, I'll do it.
Sounds great.
Have a great show.
Thank you so much. I think what we're doing here now is we are accepting some callers for forgiveness, and we've done this before. Really excited to have a few more people call in and forgive them live on the air. It's a big thing that we're doing this year, trying to forgive as many people as we possibly can. So I'm ready when the callers are coming in. Who do we have here?
Hi, Pastor Carpet. My name is Harry Alms. Actually, my middle name is Peter. It's Harry P. Alms. And I'm calling because I think I need forgiveness. I'm having a little bit of a personal dilemma, you could say.
Okay. You want to tell us a little bit more about that?
Okay, so I've been a part of my block club for a really long time. And one of the other dads in the Block Club is very much a collector of all things animals, okay? And he has a lot of zoo books. He's got all of National Geographic on VHS. The guy's got an amazing collection. And we were watching an episode of World's Most Rambunctious Reptiles before, okay? I saw this lizard, and the lizard was able to defend itself by spitting on other people.
Right.
And I don't really know how to word this without sounding too crass, but I really identified with that lizard. And I ended up figuring out a way that when I get nervous in public, kind of, I can sort of spit myself, if you're understanding what I'm saying.
You spit your saliva on others when you're nervous? Is this what I'm hearing?
Well, I don't. It's kind of like saliva. It's more of, I don't know. Like, some terms for it would be maybe roughing up the usual suspect, or feeding the geese, or having a one-on-one with your pant antler. And I'm not able to go to any church anymore. I am a former Block Club member, is what I should have said. And I think that the only way to fix this is through forgiveness. But I don't know. I just can't stop doing it.
Let me ask you a few questions for clarity before we get on to the forgiveness, just so I know exactly not me, I never do the forgiving, what God is forgiving you for.
Okay, Pastor.
So, do you get pleasure through this experience?
When I first started doing it, there was absolutely none. It was out of fear and social anxiety, and anytime anyone got too close to my Lincoln Town car.
Understandable.
But it's jade green metallic. It's a beautiful color. So anytime that would happen, I would do it as a defense mechanism. Now, idea of defending myself is giving me pleasure.
You're feeling in charge, large and in charge, now that you've found a way to protect yourself, and really to protect your spirit. And
that's it.
Would you say?
That's the other thing too, is I also do it at home a lot, because it's a way for me to hopefully ward off evil spirits also.
So let me ask you this. How much of the ejaculate is being caught by your underpants, and how much is being exposed to the outside air? Does it vary? Is it always in the outside air? Are you always capturing it like a cloth balloon? How's it working?
So it was always fully modular in my underwear, right?
Okay.
But
sure.
I got really scared at Tops one day, okay? And that was the first time I became the lizard, my lizard fully came out.
Oh, I see. So, okay, all right, and okay. So since the Tops incident, you've reached what seems to be the pinnacle of the expression of this lizard defense mechanism. I think I feel like I have enough clarity to provide you some forgiveness, but I want to share with you first something. Are you open to me maybe sharing something through me from God?
Pastor, I honestly called because I was so taken aback by your new approach to religion that there's one person that I know could maybe be considered a new conduit of God. It would probably be you, Pastor. So, yes, I'm completely open to suggestion.
Wow. First and foremost, that just makes a man feel great. Thank you so much. I appreciate you saying that. Now, it's Peter, right?
Harry.
Harry.
My middle name is Peter. It's Harry P. Alms.
That's right. Okay. You mind if I call you Peter?
You can call me Peter.
You know, I just laugh because I know we're going to be great friends, and I just am excited to see you at Saint iGod. I can just see it so clearly, you in the front row. But let me continue on with what I'm saying here, Peter, if I may. I do believe the origin of this disorder is fear. And first and foremost, I'm not going to go ahead and say what I would normally say, and don't be afraid. God is with you. Okay, that was 2024 Carpit. 2025 Carpit says, if you get afraid, just remember, you're way stronger than the devil, and you can get way madder too. And if the devil starts to trick you into feeling afraid, and like you've got to defend yourself, just know that you've got a power inside of you that can repel the evil spirits so strongly. Nobody and nothing can touch you or your beautiful vehicle for that matter. You are enshrouded with the rage and reckless abandon of God. And so, with that being said, I want to let you know, not only are you, Peter, completely forgiven for your sins, and I promise I will give you a due forgiveness like you've never had in your life in just a moment here, but you ain't even got nothing to be forgiven for. I'll still give you that forgiveness, but in my eyes, Peter, you were doing what you needed to do to protect yourself. But now you know you don't need to spit on anybody anymore because God has put up a force field around you strong enough to repel any evil spirit. How does that land with you, Peter?
That, honestly, Pastor, that opened up a kind of spot in my heart I've never felt before. And one thing I guess I want to know, there's a lot of caveats to everything in the world, and I wouldn't say that God's word wouldn't be one of them. Are you suggesting that I don't need to stop if I don't want to?
Well, if you don't want to, here let me phrase it like this. Well, let me ask you a question before I go ahead and start saying things that I'm thinking. What do you think you should do, Peter?
My heart and mind and spirit are telling me no. The Komodo dragon in my pants is telling me yes.
Can I level with you?
Absolutely.
I got the same Komodo dragon in my pants, Peter. And he's always compelling me to do actions that neither me, God, or Mrs. Carpet would be very happy about. Now, you know me in 2025, I ain't too worried about what people are happy about or not. But one thing that really helped me to get into right relationship with God is something I want to gift you. And it's a gift from my friends over at Johnson & Johnson. And it is the anti-masturbatory gloves. And the way that they work is so effective, you wouldn't even believe it. And now, would you accept this gift if I were to offer this to you today, Peter?
It sounds expensive, Pastor. I don't know how you could possibly be able to gift that to me.
Well, I'm going to get into a little bit later a big thing that we've been doing over at Saint iGod. The donations have been rolling in, and I promise it's only going up. Honestly, I have endless capital to work with here. So I just want to let you know the mechanism behind the way that these work, because they don't work for everybody. These gloves, right on the knuckles, and actually on the crease of the thumb, spells out, shame on you. Shame on you. And that was enough for me to just absolutely drop the whole Komodo dragon choke out scenario. If you do add up all of the fingers, 10 fingers, 10 letters, shame on you. You do the math right now, or you could just trust me. But how does that sound?
It seems like it's kind of a foolproof mechanic. I can't really argue with that logic. And it seems that as a man of such godliness as yourself, I'm going to take your word on it that it works.
How much pineapple juice have you been drinking lately?
Pardon me, Pastor?
How much pineapple juice have you been drinking lately?
I go through about 2.5 gallons a week.
Just as I thought. You got to scale that back, Peter. You got to scale it back. Because, that's a very common cause of needing to sneeze the dragon. And so as soon as you could swap that out for something, like a nice Diet Pepsi. And I think that would really help you out as well. Yeah.
Okay, well, then I guess I can work at that. I'd love to come down to Saint iGod. Don't know how long it's going to take me to cut this habit.
Well, let me
I don't
do
know
something.
I don't know if I'm breaking the habit tonight, but yeah.
Let me forgive you here and see, and then we'll check in and see if this Sunday, I'll ask you right afterwards, see how you feel, if you want to join me this Sunday. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
All right.
I think I'm ready, Pastor.
Take a deep breath with me, okay? You ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
Take a big deep exhale. Let it out. Okay. Peter, you are forgiven. Now.
I feel like a demon has been exiled from my chest, Pastor. I feel like glitter on Christmas morning. I feel so many things. I think I'm fixed.
So will I be seeing you this Sunday?
As long as you and God save a seat for me.
I'll come and pick you up.
Perfect. Okay.
All right, Peter. Well, hey, thank you so much for calling in today. Look out for my 1990s Land Rover in your driveway at 6 a.m. on Sunday. I can't wait to see you.
All right, Pastor. Thank you so much, and have a blessed night.
You too. All right. Wow. Incredible. I mean, I think that story is probably more relatable for men here in this 21st century than we'd all like to admit. So I just want to say great courage on you, Peter. Great courage. Ton of strength. And if anybody else wants to call in and be forgiven, the number is 716-218-3458. Feel free to give us a call and be forgiven tonight. All right, it looks like we got someone on the line. Who do we got here?
Hey, my name's Jeremiah Torrance.
Hey, Jeremiah. Wow, great to hear your voice. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, man. I'm just calling in. You know, I had a bit of a query for you.
Okay.
See, I've been down here in hell for about better part of eternity, and I think you got it all wrong.
Wow.
You ever think maybe you're for the wrong team or walking on the wrong side of the street?
Sometimes I get the notion, but then God absolves that idea out of my mind so quickly that I even forget that I think it in the first place until you mention it now. What leads you to believe that your conviction is stronger than mine?
I'm living it, brother. I'm down here. It's awesome.
What's so great about it?
Let me just give you a couple reasons here.
Okay.
We got, they say don't judge book by its cover, but realistically, they should be saying don't judge hell by what the Bible says about hell. It's good, brother. We got Fred Durst just chilling.
Wow, just chilling?
All the best emo bands are down here.
Okay. Wow.
Even the living ones.
I didn't even know Fred Durst was dead. This is all news to me.
He sold his soul, brother.
Oh, that's
Taking Back
what it
Sundays
is.
down here. Good Charlotte.
Sounds like you. And are they performing all the time, or are they just hanging around?
Sometimes, we're just kind of hanging out down here.
Wow, is it is it hot?
What's that?
Is it hot down there?
Well, yeah, but you ever been to Florida? It's kind of nice.
Yeah, that's true. I walk around with my shirt off down there. That is nice. Huh. Wow, so have you gotten to meet Satan yet?
Yeah, man, Satan, he's a good dude.
How so? Because let me tell you, I ain't heard so many positive reviews. Why is that the case if he's such a great guy?
Man, the media's lying to you, man.
So you're saying
biased.
It's a conspiracy.
It's corporation. There's special interests.
Are you trying to tell me, Jeremiah, that heaven and the notion of being saved into heaven is a conspiracy to keep us out of hell?
I think what it was is, I think it's just trash talk. I think Jesus and your God is jealous.
Interesting. So have you met Judas down there as well?
Yeah, man, we're chilling. He's cool. He's in the other room right now.
Dang. And so you guys hang out sometimes?
Yeah, man.
Listen up. Jesus is like my best friend I never met. Okay, it's kind of like when you were on the AOL Instant Messenger chat rooms when you were a kid, and you had a bunch of friends from across the country that you ain't never met before, but you were tighter than tight could be. That's how I feel about Jesus. Him and I talk every day. We got a higher form of technology, but I digress.
How y'all talking?
Ultimately, what I'm trying to say is that him and I are best friends, and Judas did some gnarly things to him, and so I ain't too keen on him. And if you say hell is so great, why would Judas do all those bad things to my best buddy Jesus?
Man, there's two sides to every story.
I would be interested in hearing it. Okay, let me ask you this. Can you visit?
Are you want to visit hell?
I'm just wondering. I ain't committing to nothing.
I mean, I got to take it up with the big man, but I mean, the way that Fred Durst is down here and some of the people that are still quote unquote alive, they sold their soul with, for their fame and all that stuff. They can kind of come and go as they please.
It's starting to sound a little wishy-washy to me, Mark. It seems like you don't even know Satan. It sounds like maybe.
Well, man, I don't talk to him about business. Man, we're laughing at. You know what else we got? I'm looking at Marilyn Manson's missing ribs right now, and the gerbil, Richard Gere's gerbil, running around in circles. Satan's on the other side of the room with a skateboard in his hand. He's about to drop in.
You can't get his attention for a second. It sounds to me like maybe you ain't as close as you thought you were. That's all I'm saying. In heaven, God and Jesus, they're ready to take your call. You have one errant thought about them. They're calling you. Hey, were you thinking about me? Because I'm always thinking about you. That's what Jesus says to me whenever I think about him. He said, hey, thank God. Thank God you thought about me. I've been missing you, buddy. We have such good vibes. You know what I mean?
I mean, yeah, I know what you mean, but I'm just saying maybe hell isn't as bad as you think it is.
You know what?
It's got a bad rap, man.
I'm willing to believe you. I am willing to believe you because let me ask you this, because here's what I believe, okay? I believe that that God made hell. And so it can't be all that bad. Did I lose you? Or did I gain you?
No, I'm still here.
Well, thank God.
Sorry, I got a little distracted.
That's okay. Listen, probably pretty easy to get distracted in hell.
Yeah, there's a lot going on, man.
I'm sure of it. I'm sure of that. I will say this. There ain't so much going on in heaven other than bliss and everlasting peace and joy. And that leaves a lot of space in your mind to think about other things.
Sounds boring, brother.
Yeah, well, you should try it sometime. That's all I'm saying.
You haven't even tried it. What are you talking about? You're basing this on what?
Well, I'm basing it on faith. Have you ever tried it? It's the main ingredient.
I had a lot of faith, and I believed. And
oh, did you? You had faith and you believed, huh?
I sure did, man.
Oh, really? You did? Interesting. Mm-hmm. Because what it sounds like to me is your faith was weak, and your belief was made out of nothing but paper mache, like a piñata. You get a couple of whacks, and all of a sudden, you ain't believing, you got no faith, and now you're in hell trying to justify your way, call me a pastor and say, hey, it ain't so bad down here. You should join me sometime. You want to know what I think? I think you're doing the devil's work, and you love it, and I ain't so big of a fan.
Man, I ain't doing the devil's work.
Yeah, it sounds like you are. You can't even talk to him. Thing. You ain't even got a line to his phone number. He ain't even talking to you no more.
He's skateboarding. I told you that.
Yeah, you're down there spanking your tallywhacker like the last caller, trying to buy yourself a little bit of time.
Show.
Excuse me?
I'm listening to your show.
Yeah, you got too much time on your hands, apparently.
I don't, man. I had a long day.
I hear you out. I'll hear you out on that one. But listen to me, Jeremiah. Listen to me.
Oh, hold on. You listen to me.
All right, I'll do that.
I had faith.
Okay.
But, one thing leads to another in life. Life's long. Lots of things happen. You squish an iguana with a washing machine and it just, you like the feeling. And then, honestly, I thought the iguana was the reason I was down here, but Saint said it was more the human killings that got me here. But anyway, that's besides the point. I had faith for a while, and I asked for forgiveness. I was at the gates. He said no. He said no. He said all you gotta do is repent. I repented, and he said no.
Just like that, no. And
that sound like a good guy?
Well,
I got down here, and the devil was like, "Yo, that's awesome. Those people suck. That iguana sucked."
It sounds like to me, you took no for an answer, and that's just not something you should ever do. And
I didn't have a choice. He flushed me down the damn toilet.
Let me tell you something right now, Jeremiah, and I'm going to prove it to you. You always have a choice, and you never take no for an answer. And I'll tell you this right now. I know your immortal soul feels like it's bound to hell, but there's a reason you called me today, because I have the power of God inside of me, and I can take you from one place to another, from bottom to top. Are you ready to go?
I mean, do I have the option to come back?
Absolutely
like I said,
not.
Pretty chill, man.
Absolutely not. You cannot come and go as you
eat all the
please.
food I want.
It's up to you. You can go either place. Eternal salvation or eternal damnation. You choose. You got the choice of the century right here. Should be a no-brainer.
You're giving me a choice, but God didn't?
Well, some say God is right now. What do you say?
Sorry, the service ain't too good down here. What'd you say?
I said some say that God's giving you that chance right now. Do you want to be forgiven and take the elevator ride all the way to the top? First class tickets, right on me.
Can I sleep on it?
No. I need an answer right now. There's a long wait list, Jeremiah. And I'm putting you right on the top.
Give me one or two perks of heaven.
You're making me sell you on heaven right now. Jeez Louise.
Come on, it should be quick.
Well,
I got all the food, skateboarding, and dope bands I want down here.
Well, your existential dread will be relieved, and you will feel a complete absolving of all of your fear, insecurities, and Hootie and the Blowfish is in heaven. You can jam out with some of the best. Tupac's up here, Biggie Smalls. They're putting on concerts all the time.
I'm staying down here. I'm going to rip it with the devil.
That's totally fine. And you can just get the hell out of my sight then.
Man, that's not very godly of you.
I got no obligation for you, Jeremiah. I'm aggressive for God, baby. I got to carry right on. I got to save people. I only got one life to live, and this is really ticking me off.
Yeah. Watch this drive.
Take a hike, buddy. Go ahead. Meet up with your buddy Satan. Man, I did not expect that to happen. That is an absolute first, a call straight from hell. Well, I guess I'll be praying for him. Hopefully we get another opportunity to talk to Jeremiah. They always come back, I think he understands what's really at stake here, and once he realizes Satan doesn't really love him, he's just using him, he'll be back. All right, I digress. Sounds like we got another caller here. Who do we got on the line?
Are you ready?
I think so.
Oh, you don't know? He doesn't know. He doesn't know. I had a vision.
Oh, I am intrigued here. Okay.
He told me about you.
Okay, who do we got here? What's the name?
You false prophet. You hide behind the phony image of the Son of Man, and you shall stand before God.
It's a long name you got.
My name is Darren.
Darren.
Darren Enoch.
What's that last name again?
Enoch.
Darren Knock. Beautiful. Okay, so it sounds like we got accusations coming at me for being a false prophet, and maybe a vision of something that can.
Your firstborn son will be born wrong.
My firstborn son?
Will be born wrong. He shall arrive with his John gone. And your toenails will grow long, too long to put shoes on. Do you feel it?
Wow. I'm feeling something. I'm not sure if it's this or something else.
The struggle between the forces of good and evil growing stronger. Do you feel it? Do you feel yourself getting weaker?
Wow. I'm kind of at a loss for words. I'm wondering if you've got the right medications and maybe if you've mixed them up a little bit. Wow.
You will break out in sores, Carpet. Sores most will not see. Sores below the belly and above the knee.
Well, I tell you what, that part of my body is always soaring, if you know what I mean.
You use your strength to exploit the weak, but I can see through all the words you speak. Righteous and wicked Carpet. Evil Carpet. Die by the ear.
Now, Darren, come on now. I mean, have we met before?
Reborn and die again by fire.
This is
5 times.
This is becoming a little too much for me, okay? I was trying to be as patient as I can, Darren, but let me just tell you, I don't know you. Do you know me? Doesn't seem like it.
Beatrice Enoch. Remember, does that ring a bell? Does that ring a bell? Or is hell's bells ringing, they're drowning out everything in your ear?
Are you that guy played in pickleball last week?
Beatrice Enoch.
No.
Signed up 13 hours before she died.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. It's all coming back to me now. So you're a relative of a premium member of Saint iGod who's recently passed, and you're not feeling so good about the fact that her soul has been uploaded into the iCloud, which is confusing to me because that's eternal salvation. And I mean, look, I've tried to call you about stopping the premium charges. You know, you just haven't canceled the credit card yet. And I was under the impression that it was an ongoing donation. So if this is an attempt to get these payments to stop, that's a you problem. You know, and we could solve it. We could solve that problem right now. But you ain't got to go ahead casting spells on me, I promise you that, because you're wasting your breath.
97. Parkinson's and Alzheimer's. She had a rough past. Wasn't anything she couldn't shake off. You knew she was at the end. You knew she was near the end, and you knew you could use her to your benefit. You took her for everything. Used her faith to your advantage. And now you're hauling around other folks in her town and country.
You know, that's certainly one way of looking at it, but if you see it from my perspective and from the ultimate perspective, which are the same, I saved her soul right in time. And all it did was cost her money. Sure, her life savings, but what is she doing with it? She's dead. So now she's finally at rest.
I want that town and country.
I could take you for a ride sometime.
Nope.
Well, I'm just not sure exactly what to tell you. It's rightfully mine. I ain't giving it back. But I could definitely have you come on down to Saint iGod, and we got a bunch of great loaners we give out to our members who need a car. And if you need one, I've got a Pontiac Sunfire. I can loan it to you all week. In fact, it's part of the premium
Sunfire.
subscription.
Die by fire. Carpet. You're sick.
Well,
Take advantage of these old people.
man, I really think you're seeing it all wrong, to be honest with you. But I tell you what,
And it wrong. I had a vision. He came to me. The God you speak of. He came to me in the darkness. And I think that's regular God in a bad mood.
yeah. We ain't talking to the same God, I'll be honest with you. I know that for a fact. I think you're talking to something else, because the God I know loves. He forgives, and he gives me sweet forehead kisses every night before I go to bed. And this does not sound like the God that I know. It sounds a bit like maybe you should give Jeremiah a call and link up with him in HE double hockey sticks.
That's where you're heading. That's what you got to see. That's what I've seen. I've seen the future. Remember the toenails and the sores.
Yeah. The sores. I'm always soaring below the belt, and I got some nice nail clippers for my nails. I mean, I don't know what to tell you. The paperwork is signed. It's a done deal. It's a fair trade, eternal salvation for a town and country. I don't think it's a bad trade, if you ask me. We all got to make money somehow. You know what I mean? And I know that capitalism and religion, they're a tough blend. But Carpet's got to live too, you know? And sure, when you look at my multi-million-dollar estate, you might say, are you taking a little too much? But you look at the next pastor with the billion-dollar estate, and you might start to think maybe I'm not making enough.
I don't know how you live with yourself. Beatrice was a sweet woman.
I remember. I do. I remember. She lit the candles before every service. She was beautiful. Look, you can come on down. You can come to Saint iGod, and we can pray about it. We can pray about it together, and we can see if we will make some progress on that. And honestly, she might even answer. Because of our new AI, we have the opportunity to make a connection with Beatrice. It's a new AI app. It's going to replicate her tone. It's actually called angelic intelligence. So what we've done is we've modeled our AI after ChatGPT, but we've skewed everything to salvation. And we've been able to contact disembodied spirits like Beatrice and give you an opportunity to communicate. And if this is something that you're interested in, it is included in the premium plan. And because Beatrice is already still enrolled in the premium plan, even though she's in disembodied spirit, it creates the connection between the two. So, I mean, is this something that you might be interested in? I mean, it seems like maybe... Take that as a yes.
Sleep. Oh my God.
Do you want to give me the credit card over the phone now or on Sunday? I mean, at least the last four and the security code is all I really need.
Social Security just went out. And Beatrice's money should have went to the family, but instead it went to your chapel.
Yeah.
Now,
Well,
Ginger's heat's getting shut off. That's
listen.
who's got to go over there.
Listen, Darren.
Darren.
Listen.
Darren's got to go take care of it now.
I'm going to tell you 5 words that maybe will change your life forever.
Want me to come over there and pray about it?
What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
Well, I don't think I got to do anything because I had a vision, and you're going to see it one day. One day soon. You believe me.
All right. Well, yeah, we'll see. And it is what it is, I suppose.
You're going to need some new tires for that town and country, too.
All right. Well, boy, geez, 2025 has really gotten a hold of a lot of people. And, I can't make everybody come to Saint iGod. I can't make them come to church. But what I will say is, it is for everybody. It's just whether or not you know it. And Darren, if you're still listening, I want to build a bridge. I want to, just like Jesus did as a carpenter, build a really strong bridge out of wood, natural materials, where you can come from your side and I can come from my side. We can meet in the middle. We can shake hands, and I can take you for a ride in that town and country. And we can absolve all this animosity. I mean, if you want to channel all this aggression, do it for God. That's the whole thing about 2025. Be aggressive for God. So, I mean, that's all I'll say about that. Darren, do we still got you, or you gone?
You still got me.
Oh, that's great. That's good.
I didn't fit in your church. I can't be, just on principle. What I've seen.
Makes sense. I mean,
I will play shuffle.
You will play shuffleboard, you said?
Oh yeah, I got to board my.
That's good. We could use a strong being like you on the shuffleboard court. I'm just thinking about it right now. We've got a whole new line of merch. Maybe I could financially replace what has been taken in premium fees and replace it with some new merch. Would you be interested in maybe me making up the difference with some Saint iGod merch?
Do you have nuns?
Guns?
Nuns, not guns.
Nuns.
Nuns.
No.
Why?
We have helpers who are female.
Is there housing for?
Well, we have wigwams and we have lean-tos. We have primitive housing, is what I'm saying. Yeah. What's all this about?
Ginger needs to go.
Say that one more time.
Ginger needs somewhere to go.
Yeah.
You took Beatrice's money. He's getting kicked out. You got to take her in. Everything will be fine.
All right. Yeah, I don't even got to think twice. Drop her off. No problem. We always got room. I've only got so much time on the air here. Okay? And
That's all you had to say.
I think we really got somewhere though, to be honest with you. And I'm really grateful, Darren. And you know what? I'll see you on Sunday.
Yeah, I'm feeling a lot better. I mean, maybe those visions were maybe it wasn't clear. All right. Yeah, I guess you're not so bad. I guess you're forgiven.
That's really nice of you. If you're interested, I think you could be really good youth pastor in training. And we could find that out on Sunday. There's just, a 10-step coaching program that I'll take you directly through for a nominal price.
I'll be there.
That's great. The congregation grows in strange ways, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool, in my opinion, that everybody gets to come along for the ride to see how mysterious God works his ways. So, yeah, I'll be honest with you, it never ceases to amaze me the way that he works. All right, well, I think it's time. I think it's time that we unveil our merch line. So. Yeah, we've been up to some really exciting things, and we do need to tackle our finances, of course. As a preacher of the good word, I've had to tackle handling finances for the church, and I'll cut it straight. We only made 3 out of our 4 million goals last year. So we were going for 4 million. We got 3. I'm a little upset about that. But I've taken it upon myself as a man of the culture, obviously, to supplement this income. Yeah. So we're just going to figure this one out together. All right. I think what we'll do is, let me first start with the first product here. Hold on. All right. This one is one that I am extremely excited about, okay? So, you know how every Sunday we take the Eucharist and we have the body and the blood of Christ. Well, finally, Pastor Carpit has bottled his own wine that you can drink as your daily driver, okay? So this is Pastor Carpit's pathetic wine. It's religious wine. I've blessed it myself. Does everybody see that? Boom. There you go. It was made in 2017. Yep. And, we really wanted to, we named it pathetic for a couple of different reasons, because we wanted to speak to the energy of all the losers out there that want to be turned into believers. You know you're pathetic. You know that you are an absolute wimp in the eyes of God, because God is so mighty. And as I said, I really have been leaning into this aggressive approach in 2025. And let's just shoot it straight. Me, you, everybody, we're all pathetic in comparison to Jesus Christ. So it's good to be reminded of that. And I think, honestly, more people need to be bullied, as long as it's the truth. And so this wine, every time that you drink it, you'll be reminded that you are absolutely pathetic and only God can save your soul. That's right. So we have, that's number 1.
Pastor.
Oh, okay. Oh, look at this. You want to crack into it? Here, Zach?
I've gone casual for the evening.
You ready to crack in?
I'm going to speak to this product while live on air, because this is a production of the Hot Dirt Show, like I said, and I need to make sure that what we're touting on this program is something that the host, myself, would also enjoy. So, cheers to you, Pastor. Bottoms up.
Cheers.
It's divine. What's the price tag on that, Pastor? Let them know.
This one is $89.99 a bottle. It is made with biodynamic grapes in the south of France. And you can taste that. Whew, I'm still tasting it. Goes down smooth. Yeah, so $89.99 is a pretty affordable price tag for a high quality product like this. So, yeah, it's it's delicious. Let me tell you that much. It's that's. I want you all to know that you will not be disappointed after that product. So anyhow, moving on. Pathetic Wine. Yep. Get that at the Saint iGod Church gift shop, or you can also buy that online, saintigod.com. Okay, are you ready? Now this is just freaking downright cool. I know as I've been told this evening, I've been known for my fashion a little bit. You know, you can tell I got my cross necklaces, my cowboy carpet look. But let me show you. This is going to be something that you're really going to want to get your hands on. See this hat? I can do a lot in this hat. It is sporty. It keeps me aerodynamic. It allows me to run fast and see clear. Keeps the sun out of my eyes. But let me show you something. This is my favorite part about the hat. It's not just its functionality. You see that? And that's true. That's true. It says God's favorite. God's favorite. Now you might be asking yourself, well, Carpet, if you're selling thousands of those hats, who's really God's favorite? Well, it's a tie for first place. And this is a brand that I'm starting because I want everybody to know that while we are pathetic, we're also God's favorite. And that's the kind of thing that we need to be reminded of every single day, okay? So check it out. Get the hat. Get the wine. Serve it at your next gathering. And then, of course, I also have my cross necklaces you can see here. These were got at the Saint iGod gift shop as well. So you can get, I almost forgot. The God's Favorite hat is $49.99. It's made out of all natural organic materials. And these cross necklaces, each one, both the black and the silver, have been blessed by me personally. Every single one of them have been. I take 3 minutes with each one of them and bless each one of them. And these are $49.99. Okay. All right. So, moving on. Let me just get this back on here. All right. So, let's I think it might be time to cut to a small break, and then we're just going to move to just a few of the things that we've got really exciting going on for 2025. And I'm very excited to share these things with you. Please hold on after a short break. Thank you so much. Thank you all for holding on. Thank you all for holding on for that brief break there, and I'd like to welcome you back. We have some really exciting news, things that I want to talk about in 2025 for Saint iGod, our mission, and some really, really fun events that we have coming up soon. So without further ado, number one, something I am extremely excited about is our Forgiveness Festival. Okay, our Forgiveness Festival is actually going to be called Burning Lamb. Burning Lamb. And I know what you're thinking. Carpet, that sounds suspiciously like Burning Man. Well, I'll tell you this much. Not only was God our inspiration, but Burning Man was also our inspiration. And we thought to ourselves, what could be a challenging spiritual place to hold the retreat? Because this is all about moving through our challenges for Christ. And after racking our minds, we said, Southern Ohio. unequivocally will be the most challenging physically, mentally, and emotional place to hold this festival. So we're going to pack in as many people to this festival, Forgiveness Festival in Southern Ohio, as we possibly can. It is our mission to forgive as many people this year as we possibly can. So, of course, if you want to attend or you want more information on attending Burning Lamb, just come on down. Come down to service this Sunday and chat with me. I'll personally give you all the information that you need. So, next thing that... it seems like we're having some technical difficulties here. Hold on one second. All right, great. We got it right back up. Perfect. All right, so the next thing on our agenda is we have, of course, my good friend George Bush. And if you know anything about George Bush, he's running for mayor here in North Bank, and he throws these amazing block parties. It's, in fact, his entire platform. And as we've got to talk, I've decided that Saint iGod is going to sponsor the block party. And what that means is that we are going to have one heck of a time. So you can expect, non-alcoholic drinks, Shirley Temples coming out the wazoo, and I'm going to have a couple. And I know what you're thinking. That's a lot of sugar in those, Carpit. Yeah, sometimes I go off the rails. Okay? All right, so that's as much as I'll say about the block party with George Bush. This one is really, really important, okay? Because we've done a lot of really good work in just this episode today, and I thank the Hot Dirt Show for helping me to get my message out. But we're always doing God's work. And in this day and age, it takes capital. It takes financial prosperity to continue to do the good work. So, what we're doing is we're taking donations and an electronic collection plate with a new type of currency. And we've completely transferred all of our currency over to Christ coin, which is Saint iGod's meme coin. And no, it ain't a pump and dump type of coin, okay? It's a pump and praise. Okay, put both hands in the air and say it out loud wherever you are. Pump and praise. Woo! So go ahead, convert all of your US dollar fiat into Christ coin and go ahead and put it in the collection plate as much as you like to donate. So that's a big new update for anybody who's already donated in the past. So in a really cool little fun fact is it's on the Ethereum blockchain, which we think is pretty darn cool. Pretty darn cool of us, at least, anyway. So, on that same note, we have just created a Jesus Christ non-fungible token, NFT. And we think that that's really important because Jesus Christ himself is non-fungible. He has not, it has been 2,025 years, and this man is still at the forefront of our minds. Okay? Ain't that fun? Ain't it fun? It literally says fun. Okay? Fungible. But remember, Jesus is non-fungible. Okay? And he always will be. And we're very happy. We're very happy to have just a few select. We have 3 Jesus Christ NFTs made by the kindergarteners over at Saint iGod. So, perfect. And I think on to the next event that we have, and this one's really, really, really powerful. This is... it goes right in line with Aggressive for God 2025. And as soon as I wrote that down on January 1st, when it came to me and it struck to me as the ball dropped, I said, this year, I'm going to be aggressive for God. You want to know the first 2 people that came into mind? Joe Rogan and Dana White. And I said to myself, there is some way that the 3 of us got to sit down together And we did. And Saint iGod and Pastor Carpit will be collaborating with the UFC in 2025. And I think that we even have a special event. It hasn't been cleared yet, but I believe we're going to have a special event called Carpit versus Democrats. And it's not that I'm political or anything. It's just that the Democratic Party has been captured, and that there ain't nobody good in there no more. Okay, so I'm gonna go in. and I'm gonna put all my Muay Thai and Jiu-Jitsu training into roughing up the Democrats until we turn them all into believers. Okay, so this is gonna be streaming on the Saint iGod app, and of course, it's only going to be for premium members. So go ahead, log into the app. It's going to ask you for your credit card for information right away before it tells you the price. Don't worry about that. Put in your credit card information, sign up right away, and they'll tell you the price afterwards, and you won't be disappointed. You won't have to worry about it. All right, so moving forward, this is a really, really big thing that we've been talking about in Bible study here at Saint iGod, and as Zach and I have been talking with one another, of course, we want to stay fresh, we want to stay provocative, but we're moving with the time. So here's the discussion, and we want you to weigh in on this at the next Bible study. Just hear us out on this one, okay? Should we rename Jesus? Okay, I hear you. I know. Crazy. Okay? But just think about it. It's a little dated, isn't it? And there's a lot of connotations, both positive, both negative. Do you know anybody named Jesus? Maybe Jesus, but no Jesus. Okay? So I think it makes a lot of sense to at least think about renaming it. Okay? Fresh slate. Clean. We can do a poll. We can choose whatever you guys think. Go ahead. You can put in your input, and we always listen, just like God is always listening. Okay? Hell, maybe we'll even do a random name generator. Maybe we'll pick your name on accident or on purpose. Now, wouldn't that be something? If your name was Billy and all of a sudden Billy was the Son of God? Doesn't sound too bad. You get more votes as a premium member, though, so you do want to sign up as soon as you possibly can. And we're going to set all that up in the app, so just go ahead, become a member, and we'll get you in that poll. All right. I think the last thing that I really wanted to talk about is an announcement, and probably something that I'm passionate about all of it. Heck, who am I kidding? I ain't going to lie on air. But this one's really fun. This one is a once-a-year event that we do with our youth called the Raptism. And it is a rap battle that we do in St. iGod's Auditorium. Last year we had 10,000 attendees, and boy, it was a powerful lyrical expression. By the time I left that thing, I was on fire. I was on fire for God. And I tell you what, I wrote in my journal a whole bunch of rhymes that evening, and not even half of them were as good as those young men and women that night. So I do encourage you, buy your tickets, buy them in the app. Raptism coming to you April 1st, but it ain't no joke. Trust me on that one. All right. I believe that is all of our announcements for St. iGod. We're running out of time, too, here on NBTV, and they've been super generous to let us go long. They originally only planned for an hour, and we have been going and going, but I really do hope they have us back because we did some good work today. We heard out some great stories. And if they don't, we got the capital to broadcast it straight out of my office, okay? I got all the equipment, no problem. I'm sure Zach will come by, and he'll lend a hand. He's always good for God. And maybe we'll even do a live service one day. Who knows? Well, you let us know. Let us know. Would you like that? If we did a live service, Pastor Carpit preached to you live. Okay? Actually, Zach, I'd like you to come out here. I want to give you a gift, okay? I think it's really important that you have something before we wrap this thing up, okay? Zach, can you get out here? Fantastic. Okay.
The camera's changed a little bit, so.
Well, welcome into frame. Now, I know something about you, Zach. You love style just as much as you love grace, and it's a tie.
Like Mrs. Carpet, I also have my own Pinterest board for style, fashion, streetwear, that type of thing.
I've seen it, and it's Christian-based, which I really love about you. Yeah, I know it. So I want to give you something that's really important to me, and it's going to be the brand new hat. That's right, Saint iGod 2025.
God's favorite.
Put it on, Zach. Put it on. Show them.
Look at that. Good fit. And it's true.
That's a nice hat.
Look
at this guy.
God's favorite. 1 of 1, spring 25 drop. Where can they get it? Remind the people.
Come on down to Saint iGod, and you are going to be able to pick up all the merch, not just a God's favorite hat, but everything. And if you're looking to buy it online, we can deliver it straight to your house. Uber Eats will take it to you. You just got to go on the app and make the purchase on the app. That's right.
Pastor, if I can have the mic for a moment.
Absolutely.
You've done plenty of forgiving this evening, okay? And I'm sure you do it at the church, and I'm sure you do it on the app when you communicate with the people, whether it's you or your AI self. I just want you to know something. How often do people get to tell you that you're forgiven?
Not very often, I tell you that.
And I'm sure you tell yourself, but it doesn't go as far as maybe one of your clergymen or the non-nuns that you have. And, God's AI model can only do so much. So I just want to say, look, Pastor, you are forgiven.
Wow.
Look at that. Pastor, you are forgiven. And let me take this one step further.
Wow. I'm aghast. Oh, jeez. What do you got here?
Now, if you see this.
Oh, gosh.
It really counts. It really counts because I am a confirmed minister. You can't see it on the stream, but we've got a card here with my name on it. So
that's legitimate. It says Universal Life Church Ministries Credentials of Ministry, Zachary Pape. He is an ordained Universal Life Church minister. I feel forgiven, Zach, and if you don't mind, thank you so much.
Hey, you can take that home with you, whatever. You're forgiven.
I will.
Tomorrow's going to be a better day. You're forgiven.
Thank God.
The floor is yours.
Well, thank God. That's what they say. Giving is receiving. You never know what you're going to get when you give. Wow, I'm blown away. I feel so forgiven, and I feel pure, and I think this is the time that we end in prayer. And I want to just first, before we really drop into prayer space, just thank you all for being here. I want to thank every single one of you for your time, attention, for your heart, for your energy, for everything that you give when you give it to me and to God. So why don't you go ahead, close your eyes, take a deep breath. Dear God, today is a fabulous day. Today is a God-given day. And it is full of praise, prosperity, and miracles. And we feel it moving inside of us right now. We feel you animating our devotion. Our faith becomes alive for you in this moment. And we just want to say thank you. Thank you for Jesus Christ, your Son. Thank you for sending him. Thank you for all of the forehead kisses at night before I go to sleep. Thank you for all of these beautiful, beautiful members of the church who attend with such passion and ferocity and give all of their Christ coin every week. We just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you. 3 times is the charm. And we say, in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. That's all she wrote, folks. And we do appreciate, once again, your time and attention. And we will see you in church on Sunday. Don't you ever forget, you are forgiven.